Wowzers. Only one will prevail. Maybe two. And there's like a third one back there too. Anyways, the old coot here come back at you with another exciting video. So this is technically day 11. I skipped the day because day 10 there really wasn't much action. So let's just call it day 10, day 11. But anyways, the process here is I am sprouting microgreens on both a paper towel and on or in an egg crate. If you're just watching this video in the video series of sprouting for the first time. So most of my sprouts were like at this level on day 9. And then day 10, this one just started to pop up a little bit. And then all of a sudden now day 11, it's just whoop, it's just really sprouted. This one as well. See that one right there? That one is the same thing. It was kind of like down there in the valley of the egg crate, right? That's the name of my new rock band, Down in the Valley of the Egg Crate. And this one as well, this one right there, if you notice, just started to sprout up above the rest, right? One level above the rest. So yeah, that's pickable. The only problem is if I try to pull it out or pick it, I'm going to rip out the rest of these that are in the, or growing on top of the paper towel. So super spicy greens. There is arugula, there's cress, and there's mustard green. Those 3 of the 5, I'll give you the other 2 in a second. Those 3 of the 5 are what's called mucilaginous, meaning that they're going to develop like this slimy coating the minute you put them in water. And basically at that point, like to soak them overnight, you either have to put them into planting trays with dirt, right? Coconut coir, that kind of vibe, or plant them in the soil or whatever to get them to then propagate. Because that slimy texture is not really conducive to the mason jar method, right? The sprouting in a mason jar. So that's why I decided to just put them on paper towel and on an egg crate and see what would happen. And the paper towel method definitely works. So there you go. The irony here is that the ones that were on the peaks, right? The peaks of the egg crate didn't sprout at all. But the ones in the valleys, right? The valleys of the, like the valley of the egg crate, those are the name of the new rock band. Those are the ones in the valley of the egg crate. Those are the ones that actually started to sprout. So that's kind of ironic. Yeah, so far I've got like this big winner right here that's just coming up, right? Kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover. I'm not exactly sure which one of the 5 microgreens that are in here that one is. There's also radish in here and there's turnip. But specifically the arugula, the cress, and the mustard green, those 3, you either you basically cannot do those in a mason jar because you'll just get a big slimy mess and they'll never really sprout. So that's why this method works better. But anyways, there is also turnip in here, turnip and radish. Those are the other 2 that are in this mix of 5 different microgreens. And to add further insult to injury, these seeds are about 4 years old. So January 2021, I believe, is when they were packed. So figure like 4+ years they've been sitting in a bag. And I just found the bag the other, last 2 weeks almost it's been now. And I just decided to, grow them and see what would happen. But yeah, we're doing good. I definitely see a distinction here. There's like a 4-leaf clover type, which is what that one is. And then there's one that kind of looks like a palm tree. Right, it's got more pointier leaves and it's got 6 instead of 4. So like I said, I'm not really sure exactly what those are, but 2 of the varieties are definitely sprouting. So that's pretty awesome for being 4+ years old. And if you look in there, if you go into the bush, that's what she said. If you go into the bush, you'll see how like thick and foresty that little grove of microgreens is. So basically, right now, the rest of the bunch is like just a touch over 1 inch tall. This one here is like at least 2 inches tall, if not a little bit more. When the rest of the herd basically catches up and they all reach that level, right? So when they all reach that level of height up here, that's when I'll go in with a pair of scissors and cut them. And then basically either throw them in a salad or mix them up in a smoothie or that kind of vibe. But this one, yeah, this one here is another overachiever that definitely came out of the herd faster, right? Was ahead of the curve and basically sprouted sooner. And then as you can see, most of the rest of them are trying to catch up to this one. But What I may do today is I'll give them a spritz. So I started with 1 tablespoon of seeds, and I've basically been spritzing them with filtered water in like a spray bottle, about 2 or 3 tablespoons of water. So what I might do today is I'll give them a good watering and then put them in direct sunlight. For now, so far, like up until this point, they've been sitting in a corner on my kitchen countertop. So indirect sunlight the whole day. So what I'll do today is I'll just put them in the sun after a good spritzing of water and just see what happens. See if more of these ones decide to pop up. But yeah, it kind of reminds me, see, those are starting to come up as well. Those are like halfway between here and the rest of the herd. So it's kind of interesting to see how one day can make a big difference. Here's this one here, that the overachiever right there, like this little guy right here. It's kind of amazing to see the overachievers starting to pop through. And then this was the other one that was the overachiever, was this one right here. See that, like a little overachiever. But anyways, with that being said, I'm the old coot. Stay tuned for, it's going to be day 12 officially tomorrow. And I just want to see if the rest of them just pop up to that level. And once they do, they're ready to be harvested. So anyways, with that being said, I'm the old coot. I'll catch you on the next video. Oh, and by the way, I am watering these once every 12 hours. So basically twice a day, like 7 a.m., 7 p.m., 9 a.m., 9 p.m. Sometimes if you're waking up late in the day, sleep in, it's 10 a.m., 10 p.m. You kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about. So every 12 hours, I'm giving them about, I would say 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, like spritzed from a little spray bottle. So there's that part. So in case you're curious. Oh, and if the cardboard dry, like right now the cardboard's dry, if it dries out between the waterings, that's totally normal. That's fine. Just make sure that every 12 hours you're watering them. You know, if you go past that, it's not going to like do any damage. But see, this towel is still a little moist. It's a little moist from last night, but I'm still going to hit it with the 2 or 3 tablespoons of water here in a minute. Anyways, with that being said, see, now you can really tell that one's popping up. With that being said, I'm the old coot. There are links down below in the description, also in the comment section, to the exact brand that I bought, if you want to go ahead and check those out. And there's also some links to the mason jars, which we're going to do a whole nother separate video series on sprouting microgreens in a mason jar. The ones that are like the seeds that are specifically meant to do in mason jars. We'll do that video series after we complete this one. So with that being said, I'm the old coot, and I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.